All right, and we are live. And wow, yesterday, fireworks in the markets. Markets are soaring to record highs after Trump victory. Also, Bitcoin bank stocks soar. Bitcoin making new all-time highs. Solar stocks tumble. And then today we have the Fed meeting. So, what are markets doing today ahead of the Fed meeting? And what can we expect from this? And that's what we're going to talk about. And with that said, welcome to Coffee with Marcus and Mark. And in this show, we're going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. And today is Thursday, November 7th. And Mark, it is Fed Day.
It is, Marcus. Last week I said that these 2 weeks are going to be the busiest weeks of the year, and it has not been a disappointment. Yesterday, the S&P 500 made a record high for the 48th time this year,
Jeez.
and I saw from Deutsche Bank that they said that it was the best post-election rally ever.
No surprise. I mean, with the Dow yesterday up 1,500 points. I mean, 3.5%. Yeah, and we talked about it. I mean, this is what we looked at for the past few days, what the stock market typically does, and we see the day after. This is the S&P 500, but we see that the best here was what 2.2. It's actually 2.2% was the best since 1980, and that's what 44 years now. And then yesterday, looking at the S&P 500, how much did we gain yesterday? 2.53. So even for the S&P, yeah, the best since 1980. And you said the best on record, the best ever?
That's according to Deutsche Bank.
Deutsche Bank. Yes. And we see that today the rally continues. So it's not yet over. The S&P up another 0.6%. The Dow just flat. The Nasdaq up 1.3%. Wow. I mean, this is where today, I mean, if you look at the heat map, it's all about tech again. Look at this. The
Yeah.
Tesla trade continues. Meta up 3%, Google up 1.3%, Tesla almost 3%. Amazon 1.9%. So today, financials dipping a little bit after yesterday, just having a phenomenal day.
Yeah, interesting to see the follow through today, considering the Fed, right? We know that it's always there's always some uncertainty there, and I mean maybe the move in the financials is a little more typical with actually a huge day and pulling back a little bit. But yeah, busy afternoon for us.
Today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, this is New York time, when we will get the Fed statement. And the Fed is expected to lower interest rates by a quarter percentage point, but then Powell will speak at 2:30 Eastern Time, and this will be a big one because he has to talk about the election. He has to talk about what he expects from the new administration that we'll have next year. I mean, if he doesn't talk about it, he will get questions, and he'll try to avoid them, but I don't think he can. He will have to
Oh,
say that if he's concerned that inflation will flare up again, because last week we heard that inflation is now at 2.1%. The Fed's goal is 2%. So we are right there. And now the question is okay, what will happen? Do they expect inflation to flare up again or not?
that's the key topic for the Fed right now, and even probabilities. Although there's 100% probability that the Fed's going to cut at this meeting, the probabilities of a cut in January have changed. Last week it was a 45% probability there'd be a cut in January after the cuts this year. Now that's dropped to 29%, and this is where the administration, the incoming administration with Trump, yes, it's business and growth oriented because of tax cuts and the likes, but there is a threat to inflation because of Trump's tariffs policies, and we'll see exactly what he does there, how aggressive he gets, but that would be a concern for the Fed.
For sure. For sure. Anyhow, so this afternoon will be important. So let's take a look what the yields are doing today. The 10-year yield after yesterday almost topping out at 4.5%, levels that we haven't seen since June, July. Today, a little bit of a pullback.
Yeah, yeah, and this it makes sense to me. This makes sense to me. I mean, just yields have come off those lows uh, in September and just rocketed higher. But I mean, gosh, I think that this could be a very interesting press conference for Powell.
I believe it will be. I believe it will be. All right. Well, let's take a look at our positions. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So, first up, let's go to our WTF analyzer, Win the Fear. And we do have two exits that we had this morning. First up, MET. And wow, that was just a fantastic trade. So, earlier this month, actually in October, late October, we did have a loss, but then we had a re entry and re entered at 78, 45. And this morning, exiting at 82, I believe we exited at 82.44, right? Somewhere around that.
Yeah, I mean, just a great trade, benefiting from the post-election rally there, and happy to take some profits and move on from this one.
Yeah, and therefore making back the losses that we had late last month, a few weeks ago. All right, the next one, RTX Corporation also giving us an exit signal. We exited this morning, so this is where we entered at 121.50. This morning, doing it right in the open, I think it was at 122.11. Wasn't that our fill?
I believe so.
Yep.
122.14.
14. All right, look at this. And just like this, another win in the books. And we still have a bunch of open trades. I mean, no new trades. I mean, after the markets are making record highs, there's no win the fear, but we do have quite a few open trades. Apple today up 1.5%. Taking this. So Apple, we entered at 220.99 and right now trading at 226. I mean, this is a nice gain. Might see an exit here tomorrow.
Looking good.
AMT, that's a trade that you took yesterday.
Yeah, and this is where I picked up shares with it down 6% at 200. So going in the right direction.
Going in the right direction. Right now, up 8 cents. There we go.
Woo!
Green is green. CEG, we did not take this trade. This morning, CEG up 4.9%, Constellation Energy. So if you have taken this trade, it's a good one. We decided not to take it because we didn't have enough data, and we do have a warning here, but we just see that the win the fear strategy just works even with limited data here. All right, then CL, Colgate Palmolive, yesterday. Massive down day. Today, bouncing back a little bit, up 1.2%.
Yeah, and it's let's move higher.
Yeah, we were planning to add at a 5% drop and missed it by just that much, by just a
Yeah,
few
that's what
cents.
I was
And I mean, rules
expecting.
are rules, right? I mean, follow your plan. We're not adding at a 4.8% drop or a 4.95% drop. It's at 5%. So we have our limit order in the market. Would have been nice because this would have brought down our cost basis probably to around 92. But hey, day's not over, but so far so good, up 1.2%. DUK, Duke Energy, a little bit all over the place today. Let's see,
Yeah,
did we?
rough
Yeah, no, we
rough
don't
day
have a
with earnings.
5% at there.
No, rough day with earnings, but coming back off of those lows. So we'll see where this one ends up.
Yeah. EXE, we both skipped this trade, up 0.4% today. Coca-Cola. Yesterday, a bad day. This morning, opening higher, pulling back a little bit, but still up, 0.1%. So we'll see. Come on, Coca-Cola. What's wrong with you? Has the world stopped drinking Coca-Cola?
Yeah, consumer defensive weren't the most popular stocks after the election results, but hey, it's trading above our 5% ad.
Yeah, so that's good. And then going back, and the last one that we have on the list, PG, Procter and Gamble today up 1%. So that's doing nicely. Did no, we didn't have a 5% ad on this one because the 5%
No.
would have been below our stop loss. Okay. So trading below our entry price, but we will see where we end there. So a little bit of mixed bag, but a few of them are up, a few of them are down. We closed with two more winners. I'll take this. So let's see what happened with the remaining position. I expect that we probably have an exit for Apple tomorrow. And what was the other one? I think mainly Apple, right?
Yeah, Apple, I believe.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. So that would leave us then with what, four positions and five for you. All right. Hopping over to the wheel analyzer. And then first up, BP crude oil today. Oops, there we go. Crude oil today moving a little bit higher, then pulling back. But hey, BP hanging in there, up 0.4%.
I'll take it.
Yeah. HAL, on the other hand, HAL, I mean, they reported earnings today. They had a phenomenal day yesterday, up 6.9%. And we had hoped that earnings today would just move it higher, but earnings came in and they came in worse than expected. HAL, what the heck? No, this is the wrong one. I'm doing the same mistake that you do. So
Yeah.
down right now, 4% after missing earnings.
Yeah, disappointing earnings there. Earnings miss and revenue miss, and frustrating because yesterday was such a great day. Hasn't given up all of yesterday's gain, so there is that gap fill attempt. But uh, you know,
You know what?
let
I'm calling this. I call this a gap fill. We're done. Let's just move higher. Let's
good.
do. Let's go
Yeah.
back to 31, and let's see if we can bounce back from these disappointing earnings. However, down today. Down today also as well. CSIQ. No, actually, CSIQ, look at this. After being
No,
down today up
no.
3.25%. And we talked about this with our mastermind members. That is a success for CSIQ because today we had another solar stock reporting earnings. SEDG, Solar Edge, reporting earnings. Bouncing back right now. Look at that, Mark. I mean, wow, what a reversal
Wow.
because they were down 15% in pre-market trading right now, clawing its way back. So after reporting
That
much worse than expected earnings, that is quite a comeback.
That is a huge, huge reversal there, especially because they reported worse earnings, but also they were getting downgraded. So that's an impressive comeback.
From the lows, up 17% right now. And this is where it seems, yeah. I mean, little CSIQ is benefiting from it, up 3.3% for the day. I mean, after getting hammered yesterday after the Trump victory and knowing that probably some of the green energy tax credits might be rolled back. And I like it that we see a bounce back here today.
Love it.
Colds having a good day yesterday. Yesterday, weirdest day ever in Colds. I mean, opening higher at 19, then closing at 1780. I mean, yesterday was just a weird day. Today, up 3%. So I'll take this right now, trading below my break even and my cost basis. But we just looked it up. I think it was like what, 14 or $15,000 that I made so far selling premium on Colds, and I'll take that one.
Can't complain. Yep.
All right, Merck today up 0.4%, having found some support here right around the 101 level. And now it's time for Merck to rally back up towards my break even at 114 or my cost basis at 120. Let's do this. Come on, you can do it. Talking about you can do it, UPS, what the heck is happening here with UPS, Mark? 2 days in a row, gapping higher and then pulling back.
Yeah, but today it's still positive. I'll take that. and it looks like we kind of have this upper range towards 136. So I think that if we could break above 136, then we're off to the races again.
All right. Well, let's do that. Why not? Why not? Okay, GDXJ. I think we didn't talk about it yesterday. So yesterday we traded GDXJ and we sold the 47 put yesterday after GDXJ was down massively yesterday. I was able to close it at 80% of max profits. What about you?
Yeah. So if we have a 1 day trade that we could close for 80% of the max profit potential, then we'll go ahead and do it. And I had that exit as well, Marcus.
Yeah. So that worked out really well. Loving this.
Especially it was 77% annualized on the premium we got yesterday. So
Yeah,
nice
that
little
was really
trade.
nice. So it was a good one. It was a good one. Let's see if what happens this afternoon with the Fed. If maybe we have a little bit more of a pullback, and then I would sell the 47 again.
Might
All
as
right.
well.
So let's see where the markets stand overall today on a 5 minute chart. If we can keep up the highs that we are making right now, but before we do, it is the time of the day for our dad jokes. Mark, what do you got for us today?
Well, Marcus, most of our viewers and Mastermind and PowerX friends know that the two of us we're meat eaters and we enjoy a good steak. But here's a question for you: how do you know if someone's a vegan? They'll tell you. You don't like that one?
Well, okay, so yesterday I clearly lost with my elephants in the church joke. I mean, I think I'm going to beat you today. I think I'm going to beat you today because here's the deal. You see, now that we have a new president, or coming soon, right in January, they are changing security protocols, and one of the changes is that the Secret Service is no longer allowed to yell "Get down" when the president is under attack. When there's a threat, they now have to yell "Donald Duck." All right.
Okay, you got me there.
I got you on this one. I got you on this one. All right, okay. So let's see. Going into the Fed meeting, we see that the S&P is still up 0.5%, trading at session highs or close to session highs. The Dow is pulling back a little bit right now, down 0.1%, trading around where we opened today. The Nasdaq still at session highs. Going into the Fed meeting, the Russell pulling back a little bit after having a phenomenal day yesterday, up 5%. Today, down 0.2%. And the VIX, the fear index, keeps falling. Look at this. Right now, down another 6.5%. Right now, trading around the 15 mark.
Yeah, volatility has left the building, which is a little bit of a surprising because there could be some more volatility after the Fed. We'll have to see.
I believe there will be, and I mean we will cover it tomorrow morning of what Powell said, how the markets are reacting to it. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe, and if you find this information helpful, we really appreciate if you're sharing this information. So there's a share button somewhere here, whether you're listening to the podcast or to the video. Please feel free to share it with others. After the video is over, let us know in the comments who won the dad joke contest today, and then we'll see you again tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.